first spotlight speaker. That is Anthonissen, who is Academic Integrity and Digital Assessment Specialist at Turnitin. And Turnitin recently had some research on AI, and she will share some insights from this research with us. Let's greet her.
For that introduction. Thank you to Eden for the opportunity to be here as one of the spotlight speakers. I believe that I am on a bit of a timeline, so I better get started with my presentation. The rise of breakthrough technologies in education presents unprecedented opportunities to enhance learning while raising critical challenges for educators and for students. Academic integrity has become murkier, and yet there is an urgency to figure out how to navigate it. Institutions must adopt clear policies and strategies, innovative solutions to help ensure learning outcomes are achieved and integrity is upheld. In this presentation, we'll unveil Turnitin's new global research, navigating the intersection of AI and academia, and explore the transformative impact of technology on education. Together, we will rethink assessment strategies, integrate responsible AI technology practices, and drive meaningful student outcome through solutions. My name is Anne, and I work for Turnitin. Turnitin stands with educators and institutions as champions of learning integrity, who understand the enduring value of education in a rapidly changing world. As a global company with more than 16,000 customers in 185 countries and territories, and with more than 25 years of experience working closely with educators, Turnitin designs every product it builds to address timely needs in today's learning settings. From integrity solutions offering transparency in the writing process to delivering high-stake and course assessments, Turnitin provides educators and researchers with the tools they need to navigate the responsible use of AI in education and in the learning experience. Our team consistently listens and researches what is going on in the industry to keep ourselves close to the trends and shifts. To understand how technology is changing, we polled academic leaders, educators, and students about what is top of mind with a focus on AI. In 2025, Turnitin commissioned original research to present a global review of the impact of AI in education, with insights from different regions around the world. The research surveyed more than 3,500 academic administrators, educators, and also important students in both higher education and in secondary education. We look to provide actionable data and insights to improve understanding and to discover a path forward for the future of AI in education. As the use of generative AI rises, one of the big things to understand is how students feel about it. Do they see it as a pure good thing, or did they also see a potential negative to using it? And this is where I need your help. Throughout this presentation, I will share a few perceptions with you, and I'd like to know what you think. So the first one is, AI is bad for education. So if you agree with that, could you please raise your hand? There's only a few of you. If you don't agree with that, could you please raise your hand? There's a few more. And because it's the first one, if you're sort of in the middle and you don't know, you don't see it as a bad thing, but you don't think it's great either, please raise your hand. That's a few more. Thank you very much. While it is commonly believed that students and educators have conflicting views over the use of AI, findings from our research show that this is not the case. 78% of administrators, educators, and students feel positive about the impact that AI is having on education. At the same time, 95% of administrators, educators, and students think that AI is being misused by students in their education. And both these things are true, and this is why it is so hard, so difficult to incorporate AI in education. So, as we've just seen in this room as well, we have mixed feelings. AI is not the antithesis of academic integrity, but more must be done to build trust around the use of AI in education. Defining the appropriate use of AI should be top priority for institutions, as fostering critical thinking skills is fundamental to the mission of education. Luckily, 94% of you are already taking the necessary steps to ensure integrity in the context of AI. And that's great, because if critical thinking is no longer effectively taught and students are inadequately prepared for the real world, as we call it, it calls into question whether educational institutions will be able to fulfill their core purpose. It isn't surprising that both instructors and students are grappling with how to apply and understand AI. But according to our survey, 86% of respondents, so across those administrators, educators, and students, agree that it is the responsibility of the institution, the college or university, to educate students on how to use AI ethically. Which brings me to the second perception. Only teachers care about the potential misuse of AI. Who agrees? Please raise your hand. That's none of you. Who disagrees with that? I see loads of fingers. Right. In fact, students report greater concern about the use of AI in their education than either educators or academic administrators. And while students recognize its benefits, they worry that AI is shortcutting their learning and are looking to educators, to all of you, for guidance and for support. Students need to gain a deeper understanding of how AI readiness could impact their futures, and for organizations to understand the opportunities and challenges emerging for their future workforce. It is understandable to see why students may be worried about the use of AI in education. In one blind study at the University of Reading, where teachers were given a mix of both human and AI written papers to review without any assistance from AI detection, not only were 94% of AI submissions not detected by the graders, but AI written papers were graded on average half a grade boundary higher than that achieved by real students. I'm going to give you a moment to let that sink in. And then we move on to perception number 3. Instructors and students already understand how to use AI, so there's no need to educate around them. Who agrees? No one does. I assume that everyone disagrees with this. Perfect, thank you. What we see and hear is that instructors are unsure of how to handle the potential for AI in the assignments that they are grading. Understanding if it is there and whether or not that is a problem is slowing them down and detracting them from higher level teaching activities. Another survey showed that more than 70% of teachers said that student use of AI is an additional burden as they figure out whether a student's work is their own. And I promise you this is the last one. Students are only looking to shortcut their work by using AI. Who thinks that's the case? There's a few there. Who disagrees with that? There's a few more. There's a few more. Now that Turnitin Clarity, our latest product, is in use with institutions around the world, we have new insights on how students interact with our AI assistant, which is built with guardrails. And through this feedback, we can better work on harnessing AI's potential to appropriately support students during the writing process. In those first months of Turnitin Clarity use, we spotted trends in student prompting, and one of those trends is that students are hungry for feedback during the writing process. Across nearly a third of prompts, students were asking for review, for judgment, or other general feedback. And we know that students want to ask original questions too, and not use the tool's pre-written suggestions. 94% of students wrote their own prompts instead of using those pre-written prompt suggestions. And I can give you a few examples of those. For example, identify one element of this assignment expectations, or highlight one rubric criterion that I can address first for my paper. Another example is, give me a list of feedback aligned to this criterion. While we're getting to the end of this spotlight presentation, I'd like to share that it is our belief at Turnitin that AI holds significant promise for transforming education. Defining the appropriate use of AI should be a top priority for institutions, as fostering critical thinking skills is fundamental to the mission of education. If critical thinking is no longer effectively taught, then students are inadequately prepared for life outside university walls. There is a clear path forward, equipping educators with the training needed to harness AI effectively and integrate it in ways that generally enhances the student experience. But change is hard, and change is hard at institutions. AI has certainly complicated how we understand and navigate academic integrity. Integrity is still there, but we're now weaving it throughout the learning process, not just applying it at the end. No longer can we just assess the final product to determine whether a paper was purchased through a contract teaching company or copy-pasted from the internet. Do we still need to do that? AI challenges us to understand a student's writing process to ensure that critical thinking isn't being outsourced. And this sounds like more work, and it can be, but that's what we're focused on solving at Turnitin. Knowing how AI is used is more important than knowing if it is used. Understanding how students are applying skills throughout the writing process gives true insights into the authenticity of their work, and, I think equally important, brings peace of mind to both educators and to students. Oh, I missed a slide. Oh, there we go. I'd like to thank you very much for listening this afternoon.